Hey everyone, my name's Harry from Mechboards, and today I'll be showing you how to build our Sofle V2 wired kit. Here we're making the MX version, but the process is exactly the same for the Choc V1 variant. For folks new to soldering, we've linked some beginner guides down below, as we won't be covering soldering basics in this video. We also offer pre-build kits and an assembly service on our website if you'd rather not build it yourself. Lastly, if you're having any issues with your build, feel free to reach out to us on Discord or through the website's contact page, also linked below. So here's everything you'll need to get started. A Sofle V2 kit. If you bought this from our website, it includes all the controllers and components that you need, 58 switches of your choice, a set of keycaps, a soldering iron, lead-free solder, a fan, some flush cutters, some protective goggles, Phillips head screwdriver, and some tweezers. Optionally, you might also want to have a solder sucker, a spudger, and a switch puller. And now I'll pass you over to George, who's going to talk you through each step.
Okay, so first off we're going to tin some diode pads. This means adding a small amount of solder to one side of each diode position. This makes it easier to solder the diode into place in the next step. Throughout the video we'll solder the first few points slowly to show you how it's done, and then we'll speed things up. Feel free to pause or rewind the video if you need to. As this is a split build, we'll need to repeat each step on both halves of the PCB. The layout is mirrored, so once you've done one half, the other should feel very familiar. Once we've finished tinning all the pads, we can start placing some diodes. It helps to rotate the PCB so that the tinned pad is on the same side as your soldering iron. This is the point where we need to start double checking the orientation of each part. The line on the diode should match the marking on the PCB. Use your tweezers to hold the diode in place, then heat the tin pad with your iron and gently place the diode leg into the melted solder. Once it's lined up, just remove the heat and let it cool. Once again, now we've done one half, we need to do the same on the other. Now that those are done, we've got the easier task of soldering the other side of the diodes. Don't forget, you can rotate the PCB around if it helps you find a more comfortable angle. Step 2 is the underglow LEDs. Similar to the diodes, we'll start by tinning one of the 4 pads for each LED. Now the pads are tinned, we can start soldering the LEDs in place. Just like before, the orientation matters in this step. The small notch on the LED should match the marking on the PCB. As these components are heat sensitive, ideally we want to keep our soldering iron below 300 degrees. Just heat the tinned pad and move the LED into place. Next, we need to solder the remaining underglow pads. Just like before, heat the pad and float the solder in. Now that the diodes and underglow are done, we can move on to the perky LEDs. Just like before, we're tinning one of the pads to make it easier in the next step. Now once again, we can heat the tin pad and place the LED using our tweezers, taking note of the orientation and being careful not to overheat the housing. The next stage is soldering the remaining LED legs. As before, just be mindful not to overheat the LED. Now we're done with all the LEDs, we can move on to the hot swap sockets. Just place each one to match the markings on the PCB. Just be careful not to knock them off before soldering. Now we want to solder the sockets into place. It's easiest to do all of one side first, then go back and solder the other. Just feed the solder into the heated pad and let it set before moving on. With the sockets on one side complete, just repeat the process on the other PCB half. Step 5 will be our controller sockets. Drop the sockets into the top side, then hold them in place and flip the PCB over. Now you can solder one pin in each corner. This will hold the socket into place so you can check that it's properly aligned and sitting flush. If you need to make changes, gently reheat the solder and reposition the socket. Once you're happy with the position, go ahead and solder the remaining pins. As before, we can now repeat the process on the other side. We're now going to insert the Mil-Max pins into the sockets. I recommend using your tweezers to pick up each pin and place it into the socket. Use the back of the tweezers to gently press it down into place. Now, we're soldering the controller to the Mil-Max pins. It's highly recommended to flash the controller beforehand. There's a separate flashing guide linked in the description below. For both sides, the MCU should be orientated so its components face down towards the PCB. Take extra care during this step, avoid overheating the controller, and don't use too much solder as you could flood the socket underneath. Up next is the OLED socket. The process is exactly the same as with the controller sockets. Make sure it's properly aligned, tack down the corners, then solder the remaining pins. While we're here, we can also solder the TROS jack and reset switch. Just line each one up with the markings on the PCB and solder the legs into place. Here, we're soldering the Zener diode and the resistor. The resistor can go in either direction, but the Zener diode is directional. Just like the switch diodes, the footprint and markings are the same. The last bit of soldering is the rotary encoder. Just place it according to the PCB markings. You'll notice 2 small legs on one side and 3 on the other. The 2 larger legs are just there for support. Once you've finished soldering everything on both sides, now's a great time to plug in and test your PCB. Connect your TRS cable, plug in the USB, and open up VIA on your computer. Once authorized, we can head to the Matrix Tester tab. Use your tweezers to simulate a switch press to confirm that they're working properly. While we won't go too deep into troubleshooting in this video, if something's not working, here's a few things you can check. Make sure all components are correctly orientated. Look for any solder bridges or shorts. Check you've not missed any solder points. And ensure the correct firmware is flashed. The LEDs are linked in series, so if one isn't working, check the previous LED in the sequence. With that done, we can start putting the rest of the kit together. To install the OLED standoffs, you'll need to grab 4 of the larger standoffs and 2 of the smaller screws. It's easiest to insert the screw first, then tighten the standoff down. Before installing the OLED, we need to trim the pin slightly so that it sits flat. Using our flush cutters and with our eye protection, carefully snip a few millimeters off each pin as shown. Following that, we're installing the switches. Start by placing a few into each corner of the plate. Make sure the pins are on the top side of the switch and are straight, as if they're bent or misaligned, they could damage the sockets. Once a few are in, carefully lower the plate and switches into the PCB. If everything's aligned, it should slot relatively easily into place. You only want to press down on the switches themselves, as pressing the plate can cause it to pop off the switches. Once everything's lined up, go ahead and insert the rest of the switches. Now we can install the standoffs into the backplate. Just like with the OLED standoffs, insert the larger screw along with either a 4mm or a 6mm standoff. Insert the screw through the bottom of the plate, then tighten the standoff into place. Once every standoff is fitted, place the PCB on top and fasten it down with 4mm screws. Next, we can install the OLED cover. Using the longer 6mm screws, just tighten it down into place. Be careful not to over tighten it, as the acrylic can crack. To fit the encoder knobs, match the flat edge inside the knob with the flat edge on the encoder shaft. Once lined up, just push it on until it's fully seated. Last but not least, we have our keycaps and case feet. To install your keycap, simply press it into the switch stem until it slots into place. To see your key map layout, the easiest way is to check in VIA. Install the feet by placing one in each corner so the keyboard doesn't wobble during use. With any luck, you should now have a fully built Sofle V2 Wide kit. As mentioned before, if you do get stuck at any point or have any issues, feel free to reach out via our website or on Discord. If you're new to split keyboards, it can take a little while to get up to speed, but a little patience and practice goes a long way. I'll also link some helpful typing tools to support you in the process. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.